Well, good. Where am I at? There I am. Hey, everybody. So I just wanted to jump on real quick. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. So when somebody is trans-identified, there's a reason for that. Okay. So something happened to that individual. Something happened that's so traumatic that it created this identity crisis within them, or it opened that individual up to dark and very wicked spirits. So if you truly love someone who is trans identified, then please hear me. You must love that person enough to tell them the truth. You must love them enough to ask, what happened to you? What happened to you to cause this identity crisis? You must love them to life by making them uncomfortable with the truth. Instead of loving them to death with your silence and your participation or your compromises, right? Or even your encouragement and celebration of their delusions and their bondage. If you truly love someone, you have to be willing to offend them with truth in love because you love, which is only possible because you were first loved. Because guess what? The truth is offensive to those who live in lies, to those who live in deception and the residue of trauma and abuse. So when someone is abused, when they're raped, molested, or victimized, there can be a transference of spiritual oppression from the abuser to the abused. I call it STDs, sexually transmitted demons. We should be doing all that we can to rid these victims of the angst and the weight of oppression that burdens them. We must get them deliverance. And I know that's an area that a lot of people and a lot of congregations and fellowships don't want to touch. They don't want to talk about it. But these people need deliverance. And this is wonderful advice, right? For followers of Christ, especially for our families, right? Our friends, those that we come into contact with on a daily basis. It's not an easy message, but it's one that truly matters for those who are being enveloped by these delusions and these disorders. So I just beg of all of you to please heed these words and share this with other people. There are a lot of people. I don't think I've ever met anybody who doesn't have somebody in their life, in their family, in their workplace, in their neighborhood, in their community, on their block, that is not saturated by these delusions. So we have to stop compromising. I don't know what just happened to my camera, so I'm hoping that you can all hear me. But guess what? We're not going to let it stop us, right? But when we compromise, to the delusions and the spiritual bondage of transgenderism, then you lose all power and authority to ever speak truth and life into that individual. And I say this because I have spoken to people who have said, well, just to keep the peace. I called Joey Jill, or just to keep the peace. I refer to my granddaughter as my grandson, or he, or him. Stop compromising. If you have compromised, stop now. If you are considering it, don't do it. When a parent compromises and calls their son their daughter, that parent has just sacrificed their child to that darkness, while also destroying any chance of ever being able to speak truth and life to that individual, because you lose that when you compromise. So stop affirming their delusions, their mental illness, right? And that even goes for their pronouns. Stop. If you are not going to go sit on the corner and talk to the imaginary friends of a schizophrenic individual, then do not play the pronoun game. Stop. Do not affirm their delusions. Do not affirm their mental illness. And do not affirm their spiritual oppression. Stop loving them to life with your silence and with encouraging them in this way. Stop loving them to death with your compromises. You absolutely must love them to life with truth, even if it means them walking out of your life for a season, right? So stop being selfish and put them first for a change. Amen. Like I said, I don't know what happened to the camera, so I'm gonna end this, but we will be having our first Ask an X-Trans Anything live stream show on let me see, Wednesday, February 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So our first Ask an X-Trans Anything is going to be on February 25th, which is a Wednesday, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you got questions, you got concerns, need some advice, then tune in to this 90-minute live stream and ask, chat, voice your concerns. Your question or your concern may bring an answer that blesses so many other people. So please, if you would, you can go to our faKebook, or I will be sending out an email with all of the information, with a flyer that you can share with other people. It is on faKebook. It is going to just share it far and wide. It's important. Like I said, there's so many people out there that just need somebody to ask the right question. Hey, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And Lord willing, I'll see you again soon. Peace.